Hi guys, welcome and welcome back to my channel, Soup for the Soul Tarot. Hello my fellow Leos, Sun, Moon, Rising, or any other strong placements you feel you may have in your chart. Cross watchers also are welcome here. Keep in mind that this is a general reading and this may not resonate for every single person out there. And also keep in mind that energies can be reversible or interchangeable. So if this isn't you, perhaps it's the person that you are inquiring about, connected to spiritually or physically, possibly crushing on, or maybe somebody is kind of coming into your field of energy and maybe thinking or crushing about you. Just keep an open mind, and if it's not your story, don't force it, okay? Also, please, I encourage you guys to check out your other placements. If this is your sun sign, please check your rising or your moon. Also, I encourage you guys to check your sidereal charts. Many people know about tropical, but not about sidereal. All right, let's see what's going on for my Leos in the month of June for this general reading. What is going on for Leo Spirit in the month of June? What is going on for Leo? This is random. Also, I just want to say, maybe for some of you Leos, you guys feel maybe like you need some kind of deep cleaning. I don't know, maybe you feel like your space needs to be reorganized, or maybe you feel like your carpets need to be deep cleaned. Maybe you are like trying to start afresh, you know, with some kind of new beginning here, or maybe you're just trying to clear up the clutter internally, you know, possibly as well, and or externally. You know, your inner world is a reflection of your outer world, a lot of the time at least. So that may be happening for you at this time. All right, let's see, Spirit, what's going on for Leo in the month of June? What's going on with my Leos in the month of June? Okay, I feel like it's this card here. All right, they're asking me to pull this card as well. So, bottom of the deck, ooh, we have secret temptation, being led astray. All right. So let's see what these two cards are here before we move any further. 18, ground your light. Let your soul shine. And we have align your universe, navigate distractions. Okay. So I feel like in the month of June, Leo, you may have a lot going on, again, internally. Maybe it's because maybe with your current environment, when it comes to your workplace and when it comes to your home life, maybe there's just a lot of chaos, and maybe you're having a hard time coping. Maybe you have a hard time carrying these responsibilities, and maybe some of you need to delegate some of these responsibilities to other members of your family, or possibly to your staff, for those of you that own a business or are in some kind of leadership position where you're able to do that. I just feel like you're just overwhelmed, and in the month of June you just need some time to rest, some time to ground and reflect. I just feel like you're on the verge of just losing your shit, if that makes any sense. With secret temptation, being led astray, again, I just feel like a lot of you guys in the month of June, or maybe even now, I guess we are in the month of June, excuse me. But maybe you've been feeling this for some time, and it's just, you feel like you're about to burst, maybe in anger. Maybe you feel like you're about to go off on somebody. Maybe you feel like you're about to quit your job just because you feel like you can't take it anymore. You know, I know in my current workplace, there's a lot of people that currently feel that way, you know, and I've been seeing tarot readers lately focus or post a lot of their content about work and maybe the drama going on at work. So maybe that might be happening around you at this time. And I just feel like a lot of you guys are kind of sick of it. And again, there is this maybe feeling that you just need a break. You just need to breathe. Maybe you just need some space from the people that you're constantly around. I just feel like I just want to meditate. I just want to breathe. Maybe some of you could benefit from possibly going to a nearby park, or for those of you that are blessed enough or lucky enough to have national parks nearby your area that you could possibly go take a hike in, or sightsee. For some of you, maybe it's simple as hugging a tree, or maybe spending more time with your plants if you have plants or flowers, or maybe getting some flowers. I feel like just connecting to earth energy may be beneficial for you in the month of June, you know. Also getting more in open space or open spaces, or just finding some time to yourself. Okay, like if you have a lot of children, or you have children running around, this is prioritizing also your own time, you know. So whether it's needing some time alone in your bubble bath for a minute after you lay the kids to bed, you know. I just feel like a lot of you guys need that kind of energy. Okay. All right. Oh, you know what? Before we jump into the tarot, I know I kind of want to right now. I kind of wanted to pull a few more oracle cards to see what else is kind of going on with Leo. So what is going on with Leo's current environments? What is going on with Leo's current environments in the month of June? I also feel like, I don't know, it's like you're caught up in some kind of huge transition here. It's like you're part of this chaos, and you just feel like you're along for the ride, and maybe you don't like it. Maybe you feel like you're losing control. Let's see. And maybe that's discomforting for some of you. Let's see, maybe in some ways it brings up feelings and memories that you would rather not deal with. Let's see. What's going on in Leo's environment, Spirit? What's going on in Leo's current environment? Okay. So first card here, we have optimism. I'm going to put that over here. Anything else, Spirit? Current environment for Leo in June. Okay. And we have great gratitude. Notice here this yellow, the solar plexus energy. Okay. Bottom of the deck, we have professional assistance in reverse. I feel like there's a lot of, how do I say this? There's a lot of opinions around you. Maybe a lot of opinions about maybe how a business is being run, maybe your business, or maybe, you know, the corporation that possibly you're working in. Maybe there's just a lot of gossip around you, possibly about these changes that are taking place, you know. I just feel like there's just a lot of talk around you. Also, if you're in a leadership position, Leo, again, you just may feel bombarded or overwhelmed and feeling as if maybe you need to cater to all of these people. Maybe they see you as somebody that they can go to for a sense of strength and also clarity, and maybe for some of you a voice of reason, or somebody they look up to maybe fix some sort of issue or problem that's going on in the workplace right now, or maybe, you know, whatever this environment is for you. And I just feel like, you know, you're overwhelmed, And around you, you know, I do feel like people are grateful for the amount of effort and the amount of work that maybe you put in. But at the same time, it's like, man, can I just catch a break? You know, I feel crowded here. Look at this. You're like, I don't know, between these trees, you know, between these, I guess, like, in between these branches, and like then there's these birds around you, or there are these birds around you, and like you're just holding, you know, supporting other people, and there's these ones down here trying to maybe like get your attention. It's just, you're so overwhelmed. Okay. And with optimism here, again, you're wanting to clear some space. You're like, you know, it's great to be looked up to. It's great that people trust me as a source of support, and look up to me as a leader, and look to me for some kind of guidance or strength, you know. But at the same time, it's like, I also need some kind of renewal. You know, I also need my own time where I prioritize myself and not just everyone else around me. You know, it's like, okay, I've done the work. I have these fruit here, you know. How do I say this? The fruit is ripe, and you just feel like it's just time now to just take a break, you know, enjoy what you've worked for. So again, I just feel like in June, it's prioritizing your own time, and grounding yourself again, and realizing that you should be, how do I say this, proud of all that you've accomplished, of the amount of people maybe you are supporting, including the people that, you know, look up to you. But at the same time, this is your moment to celebrate, to relax, to zen out, to go on a vacation, to make yourself feel beautiful, you know, because you've done all this work. Okay, I'm going to pull a few more cards here, actually, for Leo. I'm trying to find which ones to pull here. Hi guys, I'm not answering personal at this time. If I still have time, I will end this live and start a new one that's just focused on personal questions. Okay. Alright. For Leo Spirit, any further information here for Leo in the month of June? For Leo in the month of June. Any other information here? Okay. We have faithfulness, yeah. Again, a source of loyalties. Somebody who's very loyal, somebody who's very steadfast, somebody who's very strong. Somebody that's also very protective of what, you know, of their family, of their friends, of everything they've worked for. Leo. Okay. Gift in reverse. And I'm going to pull one more card for Leo. And bottom of the deck, we have Malady, and I'm going to keep that there as well. Yeah, look at it. You're so exhausted. You're so exhausted here with this Malady card. This man is in bed, looking unmotivated to start his day, and is just looking like, I just need time for my mental health. So for some of you, maybe the month of June is a good time for you to take a couple days for your own mental health, as well as your physical health as well. You know, if you've been pushing yourself to juggle all of these, all of these things, it's at some point or another, you are going to be burnt out, no matter how much caffeine you may consume. Okay, there, I feel like this burnout is coming in soon, or just coming in the month of June for you. And just realizing that, I've worked so hard, but for what if I can't enjoy what I've earned? And with gift in reverse, it's like a lot of the time I do things for others without any expectation I'm going to receive anything back. And it's just like, for what? For what? And it's just like, I deserve to be rewarded. I also deserve to be appreciated, which is why I feel like this gift is in reverse, This is, I want some time to enjoy the earnings that I've, that I've accumulated over time here. Maybe you're somebody that, again, with this faithfulness card, Leo, that is somebody that people can rely on, somebody that always shows up. Maybe you rarely ever call out. Maybe you even rarely take vacations. Maybe you also pick up calls if people call out, so you can fill in their space, So it's just like, you're like, I'm always there for other people. I also need to be there for myself, So let's pull some tarot now, finally, to see what else we have going on here. For Leo, Spirit, for the month of June. Oh, okay. I wish I had more space. Oh, okay. We have the Six of Cups in the reverse. We have the Ten of Cups in the reverse. Okay, we have the Nine of Swords in the reverse. I'm going to pull a few more cards here, maybe one more card. And we have the Three of Cups in the reverse. Look at this. This Cups energy, or all these Cups energy, in reverse. So this is a lack of fulfillment, a lack of emotional fulfillment. Okay. Bottom of the deck, we have the Knight of Wands in the reverse. So this is going to obviously apply in a different, this is going to apply differently depending on your situation. But ultimately, I feel like a lot of you Leos that are resonating with this reading, you felt like you grow up really quickly. Maybe you felt like you were the person that was always the responsible one in your family. Maybe you were the older sibling or one of the oldest siblings, and you took on a lot of responsibility at an early age. Example, some of you can be like, oh, well, I was the youngest child, and the oldest in the family just like failed all of us and just didn't do anything and ended up being, a quote-unquote failure. And I had to take on the responsibility. Okay, case in point, I'm not talking about, the exception to, a general storyline here. But, for example, you may have, Leo, taken on a lot of the burdens, a lot of the responsibilities at a young age. Perhaps you were like the second parent, A lot of the time, the oldest sibling acts as a second parent in a lot of cultures, in a lot of families, okay? And maybe since that point in time, since your childhood or your teenage years or your preteen years, whenever that started for you, you haven't had time for yourself. Everything you do is for other people. Everything you do is to provide, to protect, to be there for, like to support others. But I feel like you're hitting a point where you're starting to grow weary of this lifestyle, okay? And maybe this has a lot to do with the Mercury retrograde, the planetary placement. We're also currently going through a Saturn retrograde, or that's coming in very soon until October. So maybe this is bringing up a lot of past memories for you, a lot of reflection, and maybe you're realizing now during this period of time where you're having to reevaluate a lot of your decisions and your lifestyle and just your choices up until this point. And you realize that, you know what? I kind of feel a lack of fulfillment. I kind of feel empty, you know? And maybe you're asking yourself, well, why is that? You know? For some of you, you know, there might be some fulfillment when it comes to being of service to others, you know, seeing a smile on that person's face because of whatever service you were able to provide for them or whatever help you were able to provide for them feels good, you know, but at some point it's exhausting. It becomes exhausting, especially if that's all you live for, you know. So I feel like this is the realization that you are coming to, and you feel, you know, in the month of June, maybe you feel broken, you know, maybe you feel lost, and maybe you feel overwhelmed and like the world around you is spinning and you just don't know what to do, how to change your situation. And I feel like that also explains the Knight of Wands in reverse, you know. You're kind of back and forth in your own mind about what you should do, what your next step is. So I feel like, Leo, don't be so hard on yourself, you know. I think you should be proud of yourself for the amount maybe that you have accomplished in your life, the benchmarks you've accomplished in your life, the amount of people that you've helped, support. But this is just turning a new leaf, so to speak, and realizing that this no longer works for you. This no longer is fulfilling enough for you to keep running on this same treadmill, you know, on this hamster wheel and doing the same thing over and over again. I feel like here you could definitely use some fun in your life, you know. Again, maybe most of the time you're all work or no play. Or maybe you've just been in that energy for maybe a couple years now. And this is taking that time to plan that vacation, plan that leave of absence, you know, again, for your own mental health, your own sanity here. I'm going to clarify these cards. Hi, Jenny. Let's see. I also want to say maybe some of you also miss your family, especially if maybe they're long distance from you, or if, you know, maybe they've passed on, or maybe you just kind of miss how things used to be with your family. You know, maybe as an adult you find like you're struggling a little bit, or you're realizing how difficult adulting can be, you know, and it's just maybe you just miss simpler times, you know, for some of you. Okay, we have the Seven of Wands here. Two of Swords in reverse. Ten of Pentacles in reverse. And we have the Star card here. Okay. Some of you may be connecting to an Aquarius, or maybe you have Aquarius somewhere in your chart. Doesn't have to be. Let's see here. Again, I feel like the reoccurring message for you in the month of June, Leo, is to ground yourself, you know. Maybe by grounding, and by spending some time, some quality time alone, in nature preferably, maybe this will help you kind of realize what's really important in your life, you know? What do you want to prioritize? Or what do you wish to prioritize? You know, what's no longer that important to you? Or what can you let fall to the wayside? What is it that you no longer need anymore, that you're continuing to give your energy to? For some of you, I kind of want to say maybe there is a relationship that may no longer be working. Perhaps you were married, or you had some kind of long-term partnership, and you possibly built, you know, a life with this person, had children possibly with this person, or maybe planned on it, and it's not working anymore. You know, and maybe you're fighting, you're having some kind of battle within, you know, some kind of inner conflict where you're feeling, you know, maybe I just need some space from this relationship, you know. It's possible that I may decide that this connection or this marriage or this relationship is no longer working for me anymore. Maybe you've given so much of your energy, so much of your resources, and you've thrown it all in for this relationship. And it's like this has really taken a toll. And I feel like with the Star card here, it's maybe feeling as if you need to find your individuality again, you know? I feel like you may have lost yourself along the way, you know? Sometimes in long-term relationships, we lose our identity because, for one, it does change. And a lot of the time, we don't spend enough time alone to really get to know who we are becoming, who we are evolving into, you know. We get so caught up in the chaos. We get so caught up in the other person and the responsibilities and, you know, sustaining it, that we often neglect what we need and neglect, you know, our individuality and our self-expression. Especially when we have children, a lot of the time, you know, we make sacrifices and it's no longer about us. It becomes all about the children, you know, especially for those of you parents that hold a high standard and you want to be the best parent for your child, you know, because that they just mean the world to you. And you feel like it's worth it, you know, like, what am I living for, you know? A part of it is I'm living to inspire and to nurture, you know, the next generation in my bloodline. And to give them the best outcome, the best resources that I'm able to, you know. So I feel like it's just overwhelming for a lot of you Leos. Oh, that's your other account, V? I just saw that just now. That's funny. No wonder, like, I was like, did you change your photo? Because I swear it was a different one before. That's funny. Okay. You know what? Let's pull advice from Spirit for my Leos. Advice for my Leos about the situation, Spirit. Okay. All right. So we have two cards that came out. We have awe and we have self-worth here. And look at this blue, you know. So yeah, I do feel like this is, again, maybe discovering your inner truth or possibly rediscovering your inner truth. But this one says, there are awe-inspiring things all around us. We just need to notice them. It could be the intricate beauty of a flower, the epic scale of a mountain, or the sight of a distant airplane full of people flying through a clear blue sky. Whatever fills you with wonder, the benefits of taking time to appreciate it can range from increased life satisfaction to a greater desire to help others. I am always open to awe and wonder in everyday life. I do not take the splendor of the world for granted. So we have this message somewhat twice. So in a lot of ways, this card is talking about gratitude, you know, being grateful for the little things in life, and that we can, by appreciating the small things, it actually, in some ways, allows us to be more appreciative and feel more uplifted, and provides more meaning in our life. So that comes in twice, and I feel like here it's because you're going through so much stress, and since you're in a period of reflection, or you will be entering a period of reflection in the month of June, especially if you make time for yourself away from, you know, distractions and family members and friends and other people. I feel like this is not being too hard on yourself, you know. Maybe for some of you, you're thinking like, I really thought that after all of this work, after all of this self-sacrifice, really, for others, for the benefit of others, that I would have reached, I don't know, some kind of pinnacle by now, you know, or achieved something great that's made me feel really proud of myself by now, whatever that is, whatever this self-expectation is that you had for yourself. Once you reached this stage of your life, or once you reached this age, and you know, you got here and you realize that maybe you don't feel any happier than you did 20 years ago, 10 years ago. And maybe you're just wondering, well, where did I go wrong? And it's almost as if like it's a whole, how do you say this, philosophy change, you know, or change in philosophy, or your philosophy, and feeling overwhelmed, and maybe discovering that is a really daunting journey for some of you. The next card we have is self-worth here. And it says, self-worth is the knowledge of one's own inherent value, which we each have as individual people. It is separate to the kind of self-esteem pursued in professional success or competition with others. Materialistically, the grass may sometimes appear greener on the other side, but never forget the value of the unique qualities inside that make you who you really are. There is no one else exactly like me. My inner qualities are priceless. And this honestly reminds me of the Star card here. You know, again, I feel like you're being too hard on yourself, you know, and you may not be where you thought you were going to be, you know, at this stage of your life, but maybe you feel like there's other parts of yourself that need more refinement, or needs more development, or a skill set that you feel like that needs to be worked on. But this is remembering that just you, the way you are, is good enough, and that you today have something to offer just by being yourself, you know, that you are unique, you are original. And again, it's acknowledging that and finding what that means for yourself in the present moment, especially if some of you are leaving some kind of huge commitment. Okay, I'm gonna pull one more card here. One more card to wrap up this reading. Spirit for my Leos. One more card to wrap up this reading for my Leos. Spirit, please. I also feel like maybe some of you feel almost guilty for maybe enjoying the finer things in life, or maybe enjoying the finer things maybe without people that are significant in your life. Maybe you're like, well, no one can really afford the luxuries that I can afford, and so I feel like in some ways I'm just being selfish and leaving these people alone, and I usually cater to them, I usually take care of them, and I'm here like, you know, sipping on some wine, and I want to go to like a vineyard, let's say in Napa Valley or something like that. Or for some of you, maybe it's a long distance trip, like for instance, like maybe you want to go to let's say the south of France or something like that, and drink some exotic wine at one of their vineyards, you know. And it's just maybe you feel a little guilty for wanting to do that, or feeling a little guilty for planning that kind of trip. But I feel like Spirit is asking you to celebrate yourself, really. Okay. So this card says for you, Leo, you have a unique purpose and destiny that only you can fulfill. But first, you need to know that destiny isn't a destination. You don't arrive at some special place where, poof, you're perfect and happy all the time. It's about establishing and firming up a commitment to a certain experience, whatever form that takes. Your soul knows what you need to experience. Your destiny is to be present to all of life's adventures, to discover your talents and full potential through allowing inspiration to lead you, and to risk standing apart from the crowd to listen to your soul. You are special as much as you are also, paradoxically, one with the world individual, yet part of a great whole. Both truths have led you to this moment where we are saying you are on the right track, even if your ego self doesn't see that. Listen to your soul, check in with Spirit, keep going. So again, you're on the right track, Leo. You know, it may not feel like it, but I feel like that's confirmation for some of you that some things need to fall apart before they fall back together. You know, for some of you, maybe this is just needing some space, and from others, and maybe you just, you know, need some time to feel refreshed, and maybe you're just going to come back and you're going to pick up where you left off and everything's going to be fine. You just need a moment in time for self-love and self-care. For others of you, it's realizing that you have your own journey, and that every single person that you know and that you meet has their own unique journey, you know, and that you shouldn't feel bad for separating possibly from someone significant in your life, because you have your own path to your own destiny that's unique to you, you know. At the end of the day, we're all incarnated here as individual souls, quote unquote, so to speak, right? And we all have our own path, you know. So that is my reading for you, Leos. If you resonated with that, I encourage you to hit the follow button if you're watching this live on my TikTok. I will be uploading this on my YouTube channel a little bit later. So if you're watching this on my YouTube channel, or you want to check out other readings that I have on there, or maybe you want to watch this reading from the very beginning, I encourage you to hit the subscribe button on my YouTube channel. And hopefully I will see you guys in the next live or in the next reading, depending on which platform you're watching this on. And for those of you that have personal questions, I am going to take a little break here and then come back on. So I will be ending this live and then starting a new one, okay? I encourage you guys again to follow me, so you guys can always be notified of when my live is, and, you know, have the opportunity, if I'm doing personals, to ask questions, and so on and so forth. Alright guys, I'll see you in a bit. Bye.